Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of my podcast. We have a special guest today. We have Amrit of DSO. Hi Amrit.
What's up? Hey, what's up, Channa?
It's actually it's Thrash Metal Jesus, right?
Oh yeah, on Instagram. Trash metal Jesus.
Yeah. So how you been doing with all these lockdowns and everything?
I'm good. Mostly just been at home, chilling, playing guitar, practicing a lot,
Yeah.
working a bit from home as well. But that's about it. What can you? There's not much to do from home. Like what you said earlier, I'm not used to staying in also too much.
Yeah, I mean it would have been great if we can do this face to face because like we are like probably like few blocks away, right?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that also. So it would be cool if I just pop up his house later on and be like, "Hey, you want to just shoot it from here?"
Amrit, I think the first time I remember I met you, I think in 2011, maybe when you guys played for that Arc Chenami CD launch, I think.
Yeah. The one at 10:02, I think, right?
Yeah, 1002, and
Yeah,
then you did.
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have hair there back then, right? You had a short hair and so.
I actually had long hair, and then I had short hair, and now I got long hair again. So you met me like after I cut my hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Ince is the one who introduced you to me, right?
Oh yeah. In chance, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Yes,
up, Ins?
yeah, Ince.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Ince in a while actually. Probably like a
Yeah.
month. I don't know. I think he's probably going back to work maybe now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. So, Amrit, tell me a little bit about your story. Are you born in the Philippines or you moved here or what?
No. I'm born and raised in the Philippines.
Wow.
I'm a
Okay.
Filipino citizen, so yeah, I could talk shit about the government because I'm a citizen. So my opinions are somewhat valid.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
so all your life
born and raised here.
you lived
Yeah,
in Makati all your life?
yeah, my whole life it's been Makati.
Yes. So growing up, what's your childhood like, and what was your earliest memories of music?
Uh, growing up, growing up was here in Manila, right? So
Mm.
I went to a private Catholic school, CSA, and then that's where I did grade school and then high school. I left for a bit, went to
Mm.
another school, graduated from there, and then went to CSB after for college. And then, so my music, I guess I'd have to say the first time I was introduced to it was basically through my dad, I think. He'd be
Mm.
jamming around on his guitar when I'd be growing up, if that's what you meant.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when did you like discovered metal?
Oh, shit. Metal. I actually discovered it in high school when I was like 15.
Mm.
A friend of mine actually came to class one day with a Metallica S&M CD, and he played it in class. And it was the one with the CD, the disc number 2, where it started off with Nothing Else Matters, and I was like, holy shit, Mel could be this way. And then I
Right.
was listening to Metallica for a while until my cousin was like, you know what, man, check out Megadeth. They're better. And I got to Megadeth, and got to Slayer and all these other guys. Yeah.
Right. So, when did you becoming a fan, and then when did you wanted to do your like own music and start playing guitar?
Uh, it was probably around 15 when I started playing guitar, and then it was not up to I was like I think 19 or something when I first joined the band. But like growing up, I was jamming with a bunch of people, like some classmates and my friend rap and stuff. But it was nothing serious until yeah, until I formed the band with these guys in DSO.
Okay. So, who was your influences for playing guitar, Amrit?
Man, first, definitely it's James Hetfield. Of course, I'm a rhythm guitar player. I love riffing. And then Dimebag, of course.
Right.
Dimebag, Alexi Laiho, Ingwe as well. Ingwe's a good influence. Although I don't like play too much neoclassical, but shit, man, there's a little Ingwe in what I play. Yeah, Hetfield, Dimebag, Laiho, the guys from Lamb of God, Petrucci. I've quite a few guitar influences, but that would be at the top of the list. Would be like Hetfield, Laiho, David Gilmour, of course,
Mm,
the guy from Pink Floyd.
right.
Yeah, just to name a few.
Wow. I met this. I went to Malmsteen's meet and greet, and then I bought his old album, and then you know what he said?
What?
He signed it, but he said you have to buy my new album, and he
That's
wrote
pretty.
the new album name on my vinyl.
That's pretty cool that you met him.
Yeah, yeah. So, DSO was your first band, or you played in different bands before?
No, DSO was my first band.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how you the forming of DSO? How did you get connected with these guys?
Okay, so I was just a bedroom guitar player,
Mm.
and then my cousin was like, "Oh, you gotta check out this guy Jose. He plays guitar. You want to start a band and all this stuff." And then I met Jose, and then through them I met like Jong, our bass player, and Jester, our drummer.
Mm.
And then that's when we start. That's when I met these guys. And then we formed the band, and we were just like a four-piece back then. Jong was doing vocals, and then more like shrieking and growling on the mic.
Right.
And then yeah, over time we got Paulo. We actually had an audition, and then Paulo joined, and yeah, it's been that. And then Jose left the band, and it became four-piece again, like the whole like Pantera style setup: one guitar player, one drummer, one bass
Right.
player, one vocalist. Yeah, and then we stuck to that ever since. That became our like main lineup.
Yeah. So I remember you guys. The last show, probably you guys actually reunited and played last year, right? A benefit gig or
No,
something.
actually, yeah, but it was just like one half of DSO. It was just me and Pau, and
Okay.
then it was Eugene. He stepped in for Jester and Alan. These guys from Glassstone Studio.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a benefit gig to help out. So we're like, sure, why not? We haven't played in a while as well. You know, got the opportunity and played, a set.
Yeah, so I remember when you guys started releasing, and I remember you guys put out a full length album as well, right? Welcome to the order.
Yeah.
uh, so what was the first song you guys written together?
uh, I think it's a Servant's Pledge would be the first song we ever wrote as a band.
Mm,
I don't know what came after, but everything else that came after we also did write as a band. But I remember Servant's Pledge was like the first song we wrote, and that we were playing along with a bunch of other covers while being new in the scene.
right. I was kind of
Yeah.
surprised when you guys came out because you guys looked like Pantera, and then you sounded very trashy, but you were like the vocals were like kind of dead, and then it's like it's like a hello hello, right? But it's like but you were like very aggressive like Pantera, right?
Yeah, this is just basically all our influences in one, like everyone, like, okay, dump out your influences, and this is how our music is gonna sound like. And I guess like how we look was just like a bonus, but uh and music wise, it's like everyone, okay, like could throw in like whatever, influence you. That's how, because everything's an influence of everything.
Right.
So what you're hearing is all our influences in one CD.
Yeah, I remember you guys put out like several music videos, like I think it's around 2015 or 14, 2015, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. We did.
was that video, some of those videos shoot at your home or what? Because I remember it was like the same set.
No, no. It's actually the house you'd see there. So it's Marco's house, Jester.
Right.
He plays drums. Yeah, it's actually Jester's place, and then that's where we shot some scenes. And then thanks to Atticus King, also we were able to shoot at Victoria Court.
Oh yeah.
One video. It's like strippers and wrestlers and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the stuff is just shot in the DSO studio with just
Mm.
like different lights and whatnot.
You guys had a song, Amrit. The one I which what the one I like is Leader. The song Leader.
Oh
Uh,
shit, yeah.
I think, I mean, you guys wrote this back then. It feels like it's a good song for today, right?
Dude, it's a good song for every day. As long as you're getting fucked by the government, it's always a good song to play.
No, because like from 2015, 16 onwards, this all this
Yeah.
populous people coming up, and then everything is like stir crazy now, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's a song I think it's relatable in these times. In fact, I'm not sure why it's not getting much of an attention. Like, it's actually really talking shit about the politicians here and stuff, and no one gives a fuck about it just because we're a metal band. It's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. And
I
then
wish it got. I wish though that video got more attention now because it's
yeah, I
really
think
relatable.
maybe
Yeah,
yeah, you should maybe promote it now again.
we should.
Yeah, and then the song that you mentioned, the "Welcome to the Order" with the strippers and wrestlers and all that.
Yeah.
Was where was that shoot? I thought it was like in Jules or somewhere.
No, no, no. It was in Victoria Court actually.
Right.
Yeah, and then it was like it was I think the last shoot that we were doing for our like whole video shoot for our whole music video thing. It was the last song to be shot, and we're like, okay, that's the best place to do it. Just everyone go wild, have a good time, some wrestling, pole dancing.
Do,
Yeah,
do,
it's just really a fun video.
yeah, did they have the stripper poles there inside the room?
Yeah, yeah, they did. They had to.
But they're closing, right? Victoria's Court just shut down, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I think a portion of it. Yeah,
yeah, because one thing with Victoria's Court is they actually supported some of the metal events and stuff, right?
yeah, yeah. Because Atticus King himself is pretty metal. I
Hmm.
don't know if you've seen his band and Handlebar, but with Adrian.
No, I haven't. And then these, you guys were like, everyone was like wearing masks and stuff. There was these two dudes who were wearing like paper bags with holes.
Oh shit! These guys get more attention than the video itself.
Right.
We're always told or asked about these guys in paper bags. That's actually my friend Brian. I don't
Right.
know why he wore a paper bag, but it just stuck. It's funny as hell. It worked.
Yeah,
He
I was,
wasn't even trying. It just that was it, man.
and then your video was, I saw the YouTube video of the reaction video of who's these guys, the two guys reviewing the
The Bowser's the
Bowser.
Bowser
Yeah,
kid or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
They were also talking about the two guys with the bag, paper bags.
yeah. It's a very random thing to see in a music video. These two guys. Everyone there had proper masks on except these two guys. They decided to go with the paper bag.
Is the mask thing came from Chester? Because I know he's like into cosplay and Batman and stuff, right?
Well, not really into cosplay, but he has a bunch of like cool masks and stuff. Whatever he thinks is metal, you'd see it there. Whatever you think that's metal, you'd see it in his studio.
Yeah, I
It's a really
remember.
metal. Yeah.
Yeah, there is another music video like you're playing inside the DSO studio with you're changing into different masks, and then you're
Oh
also like
shit! Yes.
BoJack Horseman and stuff, right?
Before BoJack was BoJack.
Yeah, it's so cool that the horse is playing the guitar. It's doing all the guitar.
That was just one of the masks gesture. Actually, this is crazy, man. Okay, the horse mask, right? We had this joke, like you know how like Eddie has like fucking how Iron Maiden has Eddie, how fucking Megadeth has Vic Rattlehead and stuff, right?
Right.
We wanted to have a mascot as well for a band, and since our album cover was like Tik Balang, we're paying homage to our Filipino roots. We're like, okay, we're gonna do a Tik Balang, right? That's fucking metal, but we want to call him Horace Shit, right? That's his name. And that was what the mask was for. Like we wanted to do this whole thing where during like when we play the song Leader and stuff, this guy in a horse mask comes around, you know, just like moshing with the crowd and stuff. But fuck, that never happened though. But it would have been fucking cool though.
Yeah. So there's this one home video that you guys shoot with all the like the fans and your shows, local shows, Warhorse, right? You did a like a
Yeah,
home video. Uh,
yeah.
what were the shows? I mean, you guys were kind of regular those days, right? You used to play a lot of places.
Oh
What
yeah,
are
we
what
did.
are some memorable gigs, Amrit?
Shit, man. There's quite a few. Like the underground scene. Like for example, like playing right beside this ozone disco. I think it was like Marvin's place called Hades.
Yes,
Like fuck, man, that was a metal place to play. Because who would have thought playing right beside a place where people burn to death? Like I know, rest in peace to them, but fuck, man, it's pretty metal to play in a place like that, right? Also, like
right.
Center for Arts, playing like the Warbringer show, like just getting the whole place packed up and seeing shit go down. It's like fuck, man, this is the metal scene here.
Yeah,
Also, in a lot of memorable gigs in 1002. I can't remember. I can't point out which one specifically, but all of them actually just were fucking good, man. Like if there was people moshing and getting fucked up and having a good time, it was a good gig. Especially we had a good set where we didn't fuck up. It's always a good gig.
yeah. Yeah, I kind of noticed that from those days, and then later on, there were a lot of gigs, there were places, there were a lot of gigs happening, but people were more going to like this acoustic indie kind of gigs, right? More than metal.
Yeah, yeah,
Manila
yeah.
became like all this. I don't know. It's. I mean, I.
But then when I played during the throughout like my time in the underground scene, it was pretty crazy, man. Because I'd see people coming there, like they could be going anywhere, but they'd be going to a gig just to like get fucked up and have a good time and watch bands and stuff.
Right.
Like bands like my a lot of memorable gigs would be like my gigs with like I guess Intolerant and Badburn, because these guys also like watching them play. It's like fuck, man. Like they just get the crowd going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Amrit, I know that you're a musician, but you're actually a more of a more fan than a musician, right? Because you,
Yeah, man. I'm just a metalhead.
yeah. So I know that you went to Singapore for the Iron Maiden gig, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about
this
that
this
that
this
experience?
2011.
Right.
I remember having like a test or something the next day, and then this was already pre-booked and stuff. And me and my friend Therese and Martin and Jester were like, "Fuck it, man! It's Maiden. It's once in a lifetime." So we went there. It was it was like the maiden experience. Like we went to the stadium at night just to walk by and check it out. I think it was the Singapore stadium,
Mm.
and there was already a line. So it's the type of shit you'd see in what do you call this, in Iron Maiden documentaries or metal documentaries. There's a line, and then on the day of the concert, the next day, the line was started already at like 8, 7. Like there was already a line,
Right.
and it was fucking crazy because when they opened the gates, I don't know what the hell happened, but all of a sudden everybody started running and all this shit. Like it became chaotic for a good like few minutes, and then until they were like, no, like you guys gotta sit down, blah blah blah. And then when they opened the doors, I remember like like everyone was just running up front, and I don't know, by luck, man, I just happened to be up front throughout the concert. That was fucking crazy. Oh shit! But while standing in line though, before chaos broke loose, Maiden TV was going around like interviewing people and shit, and that's where I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I'm not even supposed to be here," blah blah blah. And then it's funny when I came back after like 2 days, my teacher's like, "Oh man, I saw you in Iron Maiden TV,
Yeah, yeah,
saw
I
you
saw that.
online." It's cool though, because he was like, "Oh, you can take your exam anyways, it's fine."
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's where you met like my friend. I have a friend, Sabrina, right, from Singapore. You met Sabrina there, or?
Yes, yes, I did. That's actually where I met a lot of these Singaporean metalheads was at the Iron Maiden concert.
Right.
Yeah.
So Iron Maiden was supposed to, play here, but this COVID thing really
Ah,
screwed
shit.
everything for
Yeah, man.
SummerSlam. Yeah, it's anyway. So, uh, Amrit, did DSO played in SummerSlam? Any of the SummerSlams?
No, we never did Summer Slams, but we did like pre-show gigs. Like if there was Lamb of God gig, we played like a Lamb of God pulp event, like at a bar or something, like the Arch Enemy sort of
Mm,
thing, like the Arch Enemy gig you went to, like those sort of gigs. I think like
right.
the biggest gig we did was like the one for Warbringer,
Mm,
where we were able to play for them.
right. But you
Yeah,
attended most of the SummerSlams, right?
I did.
Were you there at
I
the
can't remember which
Were you
one.
there at the Slayer?
Of course, man. I had to be there at the Slayer. I was thinking, should I get backstage passes, or should I just fucking go and enjoy the show like general ad and see the fucking crowd and stuff?
Right.
And I ended up doing that. And I was like, oh, okay, it's still a good experience, man. Like Slayer, watching them like 2 times. Like it was first time was where was it? In
Kia Theater.
near Araneta, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
theater. Yeah, that
Kia
was a good
Theater.
show. Also, you
Yeah,
met
yeah,
them, right? You met
yeah,
them.
yeah. I met
You
them. I
were
met
in
them.
sound check.
Yeah, I was
You
there at
shook
the sound
hands
check.
with you shook
Yeah,
hands with all of them.
oh yeah. With actually on the 17th show, during the sound check, I was like, I shake hands with Tom, and then all this, and then there were like pictures of that, everything. And then you know what
Yeah.
happened at the end of the show? I lost the phone. Somebody
Oh shit!
snatched the phone
Someone
after
took your
the
phone.
Slay. Yeah.
Um, Damn.
I don't have a single picture from that 17th show.
Oh shit, man! But at
Yeah.
least you got to meet them.
Yeah, in the 2019.
And the second time you met them as well at SummerSlam.
Yeah, yeah, we were part of we were able to take a picture with them actually, a group photo.
So did they remembered you? They were like, hey, this guy was the one from the last show.
I don't think so because how many people they see like every bloody
True,
show, right?
true, true.
Yeah. You saw this
Yeah.
recently. Do you follow the wife of uh, Tom Araya, Sandra Araya?
I, you know what? I used to. Let's leave it at that.
there were a lot of these things happening, and but she posts some funny shit, huh?
Yeah.
So, Amrit, you
Yeah.
also went and see Slayer in the US, right?
Yeah, that was actually by luck. I didn't even plan for it. Like when I would go to the US, I would just check there and then, okay, what shows are available. And then it said there, okay, Slayer is happening. And I was like, okay, Slayer's cool.
Mm,
But it said they're Phil Anselmo and the Illegals. And that's the band I want to see. Because it's the closest thing
to
for me right
Pantera,
now to
right?
Pantera, right? Like who else is doing it right now? It's only Phil, that's original member, playing, Pantera songs. So that was actually what got me to go. It was the Phil and because Slayer was the bonus for me. It was cool to see them, but I was there for Phil and Selmo, man. That was to be honest.
Yeah.
But the farewell tour of Slayer was epic as usual. You know how Slayer does it. It's the usual Slayer, keeping it crazy.
Yeah, it's like start to end. It's like non-stop, right?
Yeah.
No
Like when I
break. It's
watched
like
them, the first band was Phil and Salmo, right? And then the
right.
second band was Ministry.
Wow.
Like, okay, Ministry is pretty cool to see live.
Mm.
I wasn't even that close. I was like the cheapest ticket, which was like $78, and it was all the way fucking up. So like compared to Manila and stuff, like I'd have a better view in Manila all the time. And then after that show, after that it was Primus. Uh, I totally see why they put Primus right before Slayer. Because
Mm.
Primus like was funky and like I was just chilling the whole time until Slayer came on, and then bam, from start to finish, man, it's just like fuck, that shit was heavy.
Mm. But that's that looks like a awesome lineup, huh?
Oh
Phil and
yeah,
then Ministry and Primus. It's those are
yeah.
legendary bands, right?
You know what was crazy though? So after the show, right? Um, I waited outside for like 4 hours in the cold. It was like I think -4 degrees Celsius, and I was like freezing. I'm not even that dressed. I'm just wearing my battle vest and a hoodie, and I'm like freezing because like I see like a couple of tour buses right outside Madison Square, and then like after 4 hours, I see like Phil and Salmo from afar. I'm like, holy shit, is that Phil and Salmo?
Right.
And I go up to him like, yo, Phil, man, like grab a picture, like shit, man. I was like, dude, I wasn't a guitar player. I'd be like doing vocals like you, man. And he's like, oh, let's have a picture, and then it was pretty cool, man. Like meeting Phil and Selmo. My only regret was not having like a ball pen for him to sign my jacket or whatever. But aside from that, like it was cool to shake the hand of a fucking legend.
Yeah.
And then like maybe like 20, 30 minutes after that, I see Gary Holt and his wife like walking. I'm like, yo, Mr. Holt, can I have a picture? I just saw you a couple months ago in Manila, Philippines, and I saw you the other time as well. And he was like, oh, that's great, that's great. And he was like, oh, hope you enjoyed the show. And then right after, man, I met the brother of Tom Araya. And
Mm.
this is the crazy part. I'm like, holy shit, dude, what's up, John? I follow you on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And then I out of nowhere, I'm like, hey man, do you have any guitar picks and stuff? And he was like, dude, you're in luck. And then he gives me Tom Araya's pick. He gives me like a bunch of guitar picks, like all these, like Phil and Selmo's guitar pick and stuff. I'm like, thanks, man. Like fucking random, like right on the streets. He's like, here you go. You could have this. You could have this. At one point, I was choosing already. I was like, oh, it's cool. I have this already. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude. I was like, I got this in the Philippines, man.
That's
It's good
amazing.
experience, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, meeting those guys, it's like I don't know. It feels amazing, right? To meet all your heroes, no?
I would say like it's amazing to meet your heroes, but the saying also like don't meet your heroes is true. Some of
Mm.
my heroes unfortunately failed me. I'm not gonna say which dudes, but some of them like I was like, shit, really? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I mean those guys are also human, right? So
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. They're human.
so Amrit, what else do you do outside of metal? I know you do you collect toys and stuff.
Well, not really, but like mostly like figures and
Hmm.
like some comic books. A lot of Lobo, Lobo from DC.
Right.
He's like the most badass metal character you'd ever come along, and that's like shit, man. His stuff is hard to come along, and so if I see like a '94 like Lobo statue that's at a that's reasonably priced, I'd buy it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Those
Uh
uh, those Super 7 toys are really nice, right? The
oh my
reaction.
god, dude. Super 7 is one of my favorite lines now. Like I saw you I know you also have like the whole set of like Slayer and King Diamond like from every series.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. Like I actually have like the Megadeth and the Slayer, and recently I just bought the Beavis and Butthead ones.
Wow.
Yeah, I know now they're doing like Venom and I think the Priest from Anthrax. I think that's one of the newer lines like Lemmy and
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
forgot the Motorhead mascot, but that
Yeah,
dude.
even Anthrax, Among the Living, the that also they have a figure for Anthrax, and King Diamond also.
What's
Yeah, King Diamond also they have a new one
yeah.
which I haven't ordered yet.
What's cool about these toys, right, is it's like 3.75, and like it's a really detailed figure of them,
Mm.
and the packaging, the card that it comes with is nicer. It's like shit. I don't want to rip this out and like fuck it up. It looks nice as is.
Yeah, yeah. I even kept,
Hey,
in the figure, the card. There's a hole for like you can put it on a hook, right? So that
yeah.
part, in some of them I haven't even separated that piece is also because my friends were telling me
Same.
don't remove it because if you remove it, it's less valuable if you remove that piece.
They say like, oh, it's not even put up on the shelves yet. It's directly from like the company to you untouched.
Yeah, and then I also
But
collect
hey,
Funko.
you know
Yeah,
what's been getting me these days? Funko's metal line. I know it's called Funko Rocks, right?
right.
But then ever since they came out with like Lemmy and Metallica, now they're doing like Slayer, Kiss,
Yes.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
It's like shit, man. I told myself I'm never getting into Funko Pops, and then when I got my Lemmy and Metallica, I'm like, okay, that's cool enough, because you won't get shit like this. And then when they did Slayer, I was like, holy fuck, I have to get this.
When the quarantine, they lifted the field bar was started opening, so I went there, and then
Yeah,
I had to choose between because they had all the four Iron Maiden Eddies, and then they had also Slayer, so I had to choose between Slayer and
yeah.
Eddie. But I bought all the Eddie because I might not be able to get all four again, right? So. Uh,
Oh, true. Yeah.
yeah, I got the full. It's really good detail in detail. I think it's Funko was kind of going on stale for some time, but now I think they're like picking up again. Huh?
They're picking up because they're doing the stuff we like. We're like, okay, man, they got the metalheads to buy this. Like, who else is doing Metallica and Slayer toys, right? Every metalhead I know would love to own like a little Kerry King figure,
Right,
you know?
right. I think they should release Pantera.
Oh shit, they should release Pantera. Have you heard of this brand called Knucklebones?
No.
They do like really nice like figures. Like they cost about like two three about 150 $200 per figure, but they do like detailed figures of Dimebag and Lemmy, and should check
Right.
it out later on. Yeah, it's one of these things I want to get, but shit, man. Another thing is space, dude. Where do you put these things?
Yeah. Actually, we collect also my son and me because we collect also the WWE Funko because
Yeah.
we are into wrestling and stuff. So we have a downstairs we have a whole space with all the WWE figures. I keep only the metal stuff in my room.
Your son as well, like, is a big fan of wrestling from what I've seen, huh?
Yes, yes.
You guys watched them last year, right?
Yes, we went to Singapore for the WWE actually.
Did
Uh,
you see them when they came here like a couple years ago?
no, no, I didn't. I didn't. And then last year also they came here, but I wasn't able to go because I was in Singapore for another gig. So,
Yeah.
but we went together. I think around this time last year we were in Singapore for the WWE, and then my son was like, he's a big fan of Seth Rollins, so he was like Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, they were part of that, and then he was. I can when I look at his face after the show, I can feel that he was so happy.
Uh, I'm pretty sure. Speaking of wrestling, man, Undertaker retired.
Yeah,
He's one of the most metal characters in WWF history.
he is. I think, and I don't know. He's very few wrestlers actually like very close to you, right? Like feel close to you.
Yeah.
So I think Undertaker is one for me. Undertaker maybe who's Shawn Michaels. I like Shawn
Oh yeah.
Michaels. Yeah. So, but the others, I don't know. I don't feel that close because from the old days, I think Undertaker is really he's a really metal.
Yeah, man. Like when I was a kid and I would see him I actually saw him live as a kid,
Mm.
and like just when the lights go off, you're like, holy shit, man. Like as a kid, you're actually pretty scared of this guy and like corpse paint and all. You're like, damn, you know. But as you grow older, you're like, he's actually fucking badass.
Yeah, but I like when he was the American badass, like he rode the motorbike and then coming out to Limp Bizkit.
Oh, that was a cool one. That was a cool
Yeah,
one.
but I think the
That was when,
last one was he was now using Metallica, right? Last as his last thing.
yeah, yeah. It's not bad. The only way to go out to some Metallica.
Yeah. Amrit, I saw you this the profile photo that you put in Facebook with this Rick and
Yeah,
Morty kind of
yeah.
profile. Who does those profile pictures?
Actually, my good friend Nick Santos does it. um, we're such big fans of the show, and uh, he was like, "Hey man, check out this artwork I did of you." I'm like, "Holy shit, dude, that's super cool, man." Rick and Morty is such a funny show, and like that artwork was like, "Yeah, dude, that's fucking sick." It really looked like a frame that could be part of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you like the new season of Rick and Morty?
To be honest, man, I'm only on episode 3 or 4 of season 4. I haven't completed it,
Yeah, but you watched the
but
one that he's impregnating a planet, right? And he's fighting with God.
yeah.
That's like super crazy episode. It's like beyond crazy.
Dude, it's Rick and Morty is super good. Like I like the whole Rick and Morty theory, how Morty isn't really Morty anymore, because they show like throughout season 1 through, like couple seasons, like how he was flipped, or when they're killing them, when they're burying themselves.
Right.
They're basically going to a whole new timeline. Like it's mind fuck, man. It's so good.
What is that character that looks like a pencil man? I don't remember the name.
Pencil Man.
He looks like a pencil.
I don't know.
There's this crazy name, and then there's like a bird person. Bird
They're
person.
bird person, and they're squanchy. He's squanching everywhere.
Yeah. Do you also follow this Netflix series, The Midnight Gospel?
I do. I actually binge watched. Uh, sorry. I actually watched episode 1 and 10, because
Hmm.
apparently like that was like heaviest shit to watch, and that was around the time my dog died. My dog of 16 years. So I was like, okay, man, like apparently this is about death and stuff. So I watched it. After watching 1 and 10, I binged watched the whole thing, and it's one of these shows you could actually binge watch, huh? Like Midnight Gospel. Well, not binge watch, but it's one of these shows you could watch anytime. Just put on an episode. You don't have to watch an episode prior. It
Mm.
stands alone on its own. It's pretty cool, man. Midnight Gospel, like the whole space cast thing.
Yeah, and then I think there's an episode with his mother as well, right? Duncan and his mother. I haven't
Yeah,
watched it yet.
where he talks about like death and like letting go and stuff.
Mm.
There's also another episode with this guy called Damien Eccles. I think it's episode 3 or 4. Have you heard of this guy, Damien Eccles?
No.
There's a documentary called Paradise Lost about these 3 guys from the South in the
Mm.
US where they get arrested, falsely imprisoned or something for like murder just because they listen to metal and stuff. And so when they were released, like they were like, okay, you're free to go. We're sorry, blah blah blah. So, but basically, this guy Damon Eccles was one of the guests on Midnight Gospel, and he talks about like spirituality and like life's magic, similar to like the stuff that's in Crowley's books in a way. All these guys are like followers of Crowley,
Mm.
and, like Damon Eccles and these guys, but I'm not talking about Duncan Trussell and the guys that did Midnight Gospel.
Yeah, because it's a funny, like, I mean, one way is you can just listen to it, right? The other way is you
Yeah,
can watch it, but actually the picture and the words actually doesn't really. I don't know. There's no real relation between the two, right? What is they're showing and what he's talking about.
a little bit.
Little bit, yeah, right. Yeah. And did you saw this Duncan Trussell came to Joe Rogan podcast like a
No,
snowtrooper?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that yet, but
That's
I will
where
try.
I actually discovered him. Actually, he was talking about it. It's crazy because during the quarantine, he came like, like those Star Wars snowtrooper.
Yeah, and I have to watch more Joe Rogan. I've only seen a few episodes of like him with Elon Musk
Hmm.
and the kid from Home Alone,
Right.
Macaulay. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's where Elon Musk actually smoked weed on camera.
Smoked weed. I didn't see him inhale. So we could debate about that.
Okay.
Elon Musk, if you're listening, you never smoke weed.
And, and I think his stocks went down next day.
Hey, but I gotta give it props to him though. I actually rode in a Tesla. I've tried sitting in a Tesla, and it's actually a really decent car. I could see why it's priced that way, and I could see why Elon Musk is as crazy as he is.
Mm.
Because like he makes up for it, and like this cars and shit, like impressive.
So Amrit, I know you listen to a lot of thrash metal and you're
Yeah.
influenced by it. What about black metal? What's your take on black
Dude,
metal?
actually really got introduced to it because of Jong, our bass player for DSO. Like we'd always be talking about black metal. He'd show me some black metal riffs and all these things, and it was just like very pure, very raw. It's like when I heard like true cult black metal, it was super raw,
Mm.
super like totally the opposite of what everyone's doing. And I was like, shit, man, this is super fun to play. You don't have to think much about technicalities and whatnot. It's really just atmospheric and raw, and just filled with ambience. And my favorite, like, I might get shit for this because this guy is a white supremacist, but Varg of Burzum. I'm actually
Yeah,
a big fan of Burzum, especially the album Philosophem.
right.
That's for me a black metal masterpiece. I don't know if people will give me shit for this because he's really a white supremacist.
Yeah,
you know, he'll probably give me shit also for listening to his album because I'm not white or something. So like for me, Burzum's Philosophy is one of my favorite like top one black metal albums ever.
right.
Yeah.
Is he still in jail or is he out now?
No, he's out. I don't know where exactly he is, but his YouTube channel got banned not too long ago for some white supremacist shit. So, like it gets crazy because like it's like the thing with black metal these days, like it's in like pop culture, it's comedic. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like when you talk about like black metal in like Scandinavian countries or in like Norway and stuff, it actually will give people a wrong impression or will just like be like holy shit because they have a history of supposedly people that listen to that sort of music burning down churches and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. The whole history behind black metal is also really good. Like the whole rawness behind black metal where people kill each other over like over black metal, where people burn down churches just because it's not even because it's satanic or anything. It's just like, oh man, this church was built on Viking grounds or pagan grounds.
Right.
Like they're disrespecting already. Like the pagan grounds. So let's burn it. That's how black metal really is, or supposedly is, from what I've read and watched. But people turned around and say, no, they burnt down churches because they're satanic. No, the shit they listen to is satanic. But what I think, it's actually really just horror shock. To see bands like this, it's just like watching a horror movie, but listening or watching a band version of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so it's actually more of they do it for more of a rebellion, right? Not because they're satanic, but because
No,
their culture,
yeah.
their countries were like colonized, and then the Christianity came, and then they kill all the pagans and they kill all those traditions. I think
Yeah.
I think it's very similar to what happened in the Philippines, right?
Similar. I mean, getting colonized by the Spanish and then being sold off to the Americans and then having this whole Japanese, rule under us. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I don't want to comment on politics right now.
Yeah.
I
So
get more attention than needed. No, because whatever you say online stays online for internet history forever. It's embedded in
right,
online.
right,
So
right.
rather not comment on history. Maybe if I get a little drunk like Dave Mustaine, I'll talk a bunch of shit. But I'm good for now.
Yeah. So Amrit, so any new music you're working on? Any projects?
Actually, I'm glad you asked because we are talking about black metal like 5 minutes ago, right? So I'm doing my one man black metal project. It's
Wow.
called it's called Die. I don't have anything recorded per se, but I already have an album written out. Like I'm trying to keep it very cult by not recording anything or playing any gigs at the moment.
Hmm.
Like I just want to play to myself for now. So because even if I wanted to play, where will I play? There's with the whole pandemic and stuff, it's pretty messed up. So right now I've just been working on black metal on my black metal project.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know once I'm done recording a couple tracks. I'll let you be one of the first to listen to it because I know you like black metal too.
Yeah, yeah. So I noticed that black metal, I mean, starts with metal, but there is sort of a relation to like ambient music or even to like techno, right? Like they go into that. Some bands go into that side of black metal, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's the black metal I'm speaking of because like some people would probably be like, oh, you probably talking about like Gorgoroth and stuff where it's just like crazy and stuff, or mayhem or
Hmm.
battery. But what I'm actually talking about is like the ambient stuff,
Hmm.
like Zaster and who are these other guys that I listen to? Leviathan and stuff like that. All these super, I came across this documentary called One Man Metal Band on YouTube. And there are
Right.
these three guys that live the one man metal band, black metal lifestyle. I don't know if you've checked it out, but shit, man, like
No.
it's a good one to watch.
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited also because I'm going to have a couple of black metals on this podcast in July.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
nice,
from
nice.
from Australia, from Greece. So they have reached out to me, and then I think
Oh wow.
they're going to come to the Philippines in 2021. They're planning some shows here.
I
So
hope gigs and shows will be allowed by then. That'd be great to see.
hope so. Yeah, hopefully.
Hey,
Um,
speaking of black metal again, I know you've collected the comic book Murder Falcon,
yes,
and every issue has like an ode to a different band cover, right?
yes.
What's pretty cool is they've put black metal in the whole storyline. That's just pretty cool that black metal is also being like put in graphic novels and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. There's one I remember. There's one with the black metal cover. Yeah,
Yeah, Murder Falcon's a good one, man.
yeah. I really like the one they do like Rust in Peace cover, Metal
Oh shit.
Megadeth.
Yeah, my favorite has to be the one of I think it's a vulgar display of power.
Right,
That's
right,
pretty,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So Amrit, anybody you want to shout out to, Amrit?
Uh, Probably a few people. Shout out to Kina and my friends, the Krakens. Shout out to DSO. Shout out to my metalhead friends in Singapore and in the US. And whoever's watching. And whoever's watching.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Amrit, thanks for joining this. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
You too, man. Hopefully we could hang out soon. We're just neighbors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully. So keep safe.
All
Good
right.
luck with your black metal project.
Thank you. I will see you soon. Thanks
See
for
you, man.
having me, Channa. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You, man.
Bye.
Metal.
So what's